It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taken from about the 12. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
A man who played collegiately here in Louisiana, Elijah Mitchell. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue, just make sure you feed me the football? And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On third down, here's Mitchell. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And that is incomplete. So 3 pass attempts, 3 incompletions. Not an ideal way to begin the afternoon.
Well,
unless you're a defender.
Yeah.
I see your face. Yeah. Offensively, not an ideal way.
Yeah, we got like what the defense is doing right there. Force the 3 incompletions, get off the field. Life's pretty good for them.
In motion left comes Brown. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. Open man Lamb, it's complete. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They'll get 19 yards there, and it'll be first down Saints. On the counter, Gibson. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Meanwhile, Tua's throw is on target to Likely. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. That is caught by Lamb. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from.
Work to a hit, and the ball is out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And now look at him go. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. We're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Try to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
These are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. Touchdown! A.J. Brown, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken from about the 12.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title, And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shot of playoff football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Mahomes going to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Seahawks, nothing.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Mahomes now to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 24-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. First down, here's Mitchell. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Right back to Mitchell here. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
From the gun to give to Mitchell. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Mahomes. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell. Touchdown, Seahawks. Elijah Mitchell from 13 yards out. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7.
That ties the game at 7. St. Martin set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Ready? Gibson here running out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
On the double.
On first down, right back to Gibson. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Once again, it's Mitchell. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's Mahomes. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. That one complete to Anderson. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Trey Brown there on the stop.
Yeah, that was wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. A.J. Epinesa. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He's got Gibson on the out route. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And this one is right through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Taken from about the 12. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Josh Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback. And
trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
A gain of 17 yards.
Tua on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. A give running right is Mitchell. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Elijah Mitchell, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Seahawks are back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will shrink to 6. And the Saints signal for another timeout. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
That's good for the Saints.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. But now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 46 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. On 1st down, they go back to Mitchell. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Another run with Mitchell. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. They run over center with Mitchell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Trying the right side with Mitchell. They find some open field here. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39. He was doing everything he could to get the 6 points, a little bit short, but still an excellent run.
And look at it from the defense's point of view. They could have given up on that play. They did not, and still were able to corral him. And they've got some work to do in this down coming up, but at least they're being competitive and trying to stay with it.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
They'll try to run with Mitchell. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Elijah Mitchell taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from taking the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd.
Saints 20. Sam Martin set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least... And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, New Orleans. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that, man. One play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On the handoff, Mitchell. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. A give here to Mitchell. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Mahomes throwing on 4th. He finds Watson complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they find a way to convert on 4th and 10.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Seahawks 21.
couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. He finds his receiver, Watson. And he's got some space here. And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle. But plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here. And they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
They'll try and run it up the middle. And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a one-point game. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down in distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The offense on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They can use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd and 7, Tua. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That goes for a gain of 31. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Gibson. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Superdome here in New Orleans. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25.
On the set.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Here's Gibson to start the drive. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. On 2nd and 7, Tua. His throw incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down.
Almost 10 yards. Brings up 4th down.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Saints, first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
On the counter, Gibson. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
17. Right. Ready?
Tua sets up to pass it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
He's tagged.